So here we are for part 3 of TryHackMe's Introduction to Defensive Security. Practical example of defense security. There we go. How about that? All right. So the scenario. Let's pretend that we are a security operations center, that we are a security operations center, a SOC, SOC, whatever, analyst responsible for protecting a bank. This bank's SOC uses a security information and event management tools, SIEM, all right, which gathers security-related information and events from various sources and presents them in one dashboard. If the SIEM finds something suspicious, an alert will be generated, right? I guess it's going to look kind of like this, but not really. So not all alerts are malicious, however, or malicious, whatever. Anyway, it's up to the it's up to the analyst to use their expertise in cybersecurity to investigate which ones are harmful. Pardon me. For example, we may encounter an alert where a user has failed multiple login attempts. While suspicious, this kind of thing happens, especially if the user has forgotten their password and continues to try to log in. True. I mean, we've all been there, right? So additionally, there might be alerts related to connections from unknown IP addresses. An IP address is like a home address for our computer on the internet. It tells other computers where to send the information we request. And then these addresses are unknown. Pardon me, when these addresses are unknown, it could mean that someone new is trying to connect or someone is attempting unauthorized access. So now we're going to be simulating an SIEM. I don't want to call it a SIEM because that's like, sounds like the two letters C and M, right? Anyway, an SIEM. Pardon me. So they have prepared a simplified, interactive simulation of an SIEM system to provide us with a hands-on experience similar to what cybersecurity analysts encounter. To start this simulation, we're going to click the View Site button below. There we go. All right. So we got a little split screen action here. Half the screen is for our lesson exercise used within task. Okay. Anyway, so this action will open a static site on the right side of the screen. Totally did. Followed by we're going to follow the step-by-step instructions provided within the simulation. So these right here, to navigate through the events and locate the flag. A flag is a series of characters with a format like this, THM, and then inside curly braces, we're going to have some random words, all right, separated by an underscore. So we're going to use this flag to answer questions from rooms here in TryHackMe, like the one below. So basically like this one. We're just trying to find whatever this is, and so we got to get to the end of this, all right? So let's go. So this is a day in the life of a junior or associate security analyst, okay? So here are the instructions. We're going to inspect the alerts in our SIEM dashboard. We'll find the malicious IP address from the alerts, make a note of it, and then click on the alert to proceed. All right. So let's look through it. So we've got this first one, undefined 7th, 2025. I guess it's the month, I guess. Who cares? Successful SSH authentication attempt to port 22 from IP address, this IP address, right? Now we've got this one. I bet I know which one it is. We've got an unauthorized connection attempt detected from an IP address, and it's this one right here. We've also got the user John Doe logged in successfully right here. Multiple failed login attempts from John Doe. All right. Is this going, is this the earliest to the latest? Okay, yeah. So multiple failed login attempts from John Doe, and then we've got login failure, specified accounts, password has expired, event this, right? So first it's starting here. This looks like nothing. Multiple failed attempts from John Doe, and then he finally got it. And then we've got this crazy thing right here. And then we've got a successful SSH authentication attempt to port 22 from IP address this. So this one right here was unauthorized connection, and then it got in. So we got a serious situation right now, right? Okay, so let's just click this one right here. All right. So there are websites on the internet that allow us to check the reputation of an IP address to see whether it's malicious or suspicious, okay? So we're going to put that IP address right in here. Let's go back. Let's click this button right here. Go back here. Now we can't copy and paste this. I wish we could, but we can't. So what we got to do here, let's just open up a new tab, bring this down here, keep it in the address bar right there. Keep the cursor in the address bar right there, and let's type this out. Give me a second. I got to sneeze. Oh, goodness. Ooh. And bless me. Thank me. I'm welcome. Anyway, so let's do this. We're going to say 143.110.250.149. Let's do a Control Shift Backspace, Control C. Let's click this. Go over here, Control V. Let's do a backspace, home, delete, 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 delete. Enter. No. Enter. How about submit? All right, there we go. So now we're over here. So there are many open source databases out there like Abuse IPDB. So basically, or I guess it's Abuse. So Abuse Internet Protocol Database, okay, and Cisco Talos Intelligence, where we can perform a reputation and location check for the IP address. Most security analysts use these tools to aid them with alert investigations. We can also make the internet safer by reporting the malicious IPs ourselves. For example, on Abuse IPDB. So we would have to go over there. Let's just go over there for a second. Why not? Hopefully it's not anything crazy. So yeah, this place right here, we're not going to go over this, but we can see it's definitely a website. There we go. So now that we know the IP address is malicious, we need to escalate it to a staff member next. All right. So let's check this out before we click next. So we got this here, ipscanner.thm, and this was found in these guys' database. So this is basically the fake version of this right here. Right. Confidence of the IP being malicious is 100%. All right. ISP China Mobile Communications Corporation, domain name China Mobile Ltd.thm, country China, city Zhangjiang, Jiangsu. All right. Well, you know what? I'm glad that TryHackMe has no problem with throwing China under the bus. Because if this was free code camp, they'd say, "Oh no, America's the one that sucks." Anyway, let's go. All right, so here we go. So we shouldn't worry too much if it was a failed authentication attempt, like the first one with Johnny Boy. But we probably noticed the successful authentication attempt from the malicious IP address. We sure did. So let's declare a small incident event and escalate it. There's some great staff working at the company, but we wouldn't want to escalate this to the wrong person who is not in charge of our team or department. True. So now we're going to choose to whom we will escalate this event. All right. So we're going to give it to Dominic Nash, the sales executive. That doesn't make any sense. How about Nadia Watson, the security consultant? I think she deals more with the customers and not with us. I think we're the backbone. I think that's where we are. How about Carolyn Stone, the information security architect? I think that Carolyn is probably a programmer, has nothing to do with this. Will Griffin, SOC Team Lead, SOC Team Lead. Sounds like the first guy in our chain of command above us. So let's choose him. Boom. Choose staff member. Boom. Looks like we got it. So here's the instructions. We got the permission to block the malicious IP address, and now we can proceed and implement the block rule. We're going to block the malicious IP address on the firewall and find out what message they have left for us. Okay. So let's drop that right here. Here you go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's go back and type it again. Oh, no. Hello. Copy. Come over here. And paste. Block the IP address. We blocked the malicious IP address. THM threat blocked. Looks like something we could put down here. But before we do that, let's read this. Actually, let's toss that in there first, and then let's read it. Bop bop. Bop bop. Looks good. Submit it. No, son of a game. Go back. Go forward. Go down here. Let's finish reading. All right. So what's next? In this room, we've discussed the different subfields, SOC, threat intelligence, malware analysis, and defer, and experienced firsthand how to deal with alerts in a simulated SIEM environment. So while we've covered a lot, the depth and complexity of this field means that there's more to learn and explore. There better be. The lessons learned here will serve as our foundation as cyber threats evolved, demanding continuous learning, vigilance, and adaptation. True. We're going to continue learning by checking out the next room in this series, Search Skills. And this room will teach us valuable techniques for searching for information online to aid our investigations and learning. Awesome. All right, so let's figure out how to go to the next one. Here you go. Looks like a good, I think it was a 10. What? What? Anyway, let's go to the next one. How do we go to the next one? Dashboard. All right. Now we're on to careers in cyber, and we'll see you next time.